Hey everyone, Danny Webster here from PocketNow.com, and this is the hardware review of the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc, and this particular version that we have here is the international version, which may vary when it comes to the States and to other countries. So let's get to it. So some preliminary specs to the Xperia Arc. It's running at 1 GHz processing speed thanks to the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8255 processor. We also have 512 megabytes of ROM, of which about 300 megabytes are accessible to install applications and whatnot. We also have 512 megabytes of RAM. So if we start at the top, we have our light sensor along with our proximity sensor. We have our headset speaker here, a little Sony Ericsson emblem. We also have a 4.2-inch glass capacitive multi-touch screen, which is running at FWVGA resolution, so that's 480 across by 854 in height. On the bottom, we have our back button. These are non-capacitive buttons. We also have our home button and our menu button and the little Xperia emblem down at the bottom. There are two little LEDs in between these three buttons, which help distinguish in low light situations which button you're pushing. On the top of the device, we have our power standby button, and we also have our micro HDMI port. Unfortunately, this device didn't come with a cable, so I'll either have to order one on eBay or something to test it out. We also have, on this side, we have an LED notification light that turns on when you have a message or you're charging. We have our micro USB port, we have our volume rocker, and we also have a dedicated camera button. On the bottom of the device, we have our primary microphone. We also have an attachment area that you can attach a lanyard to, which we don't see too often on phones anymore. We also have a tab to remove the battery cover. On this side of the device, we don't have really much of anything except for the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the back of the device, we have an 8 megapixel camera that's also capable of recording at 720p video resolution. We have our LED for the camera, and we also have another microphone for the noise cancellation speakerphone. We have the Xperia emblem here and a little tiny Sony Ericsson decal. Underneath that, we have our speaker for our audio playback. Let's take off the battery cover here. It's a plastic battery cover, and as you can see, the design is kind of interesting. It goes from a darker metallic to a more silver metallic. So we'll just pop this off, and it's a little bit tricky. I'm going to use my fingernail here. Okay, so there we go. We have our standard SIM slot. We also have our micro SD card, which is expandable up to 32 gigabytes, and it does come with an 8 gigabyte micro SD card pre-installed. The battery is a 1500 milliamp hour lithium polymer battery, which Sony Ericsson claims is able to give up to 7 hours of talk time and around 400 hours of standby time. So we'll just close that up. So the dimensions of the Xperia Arc is 63 millimeters across by 125 millimeters in height and 8.7 millimeters at the thickest points, which is at the top and the bottom. Of course, we do have this concave design, and it is a little bit thinner in the center. That's where we get the Xperia Arc name. The radios powering everything is we have an FM radio in which you can use the included headset as the antenna. We also have Wi-Fi, BGN, Bluetooth 2.1 plus EDR, and we also have quad band GSM, along with, this is the international version, so along with 900 and 2100 megahertz UMTS bands. When it comes to the States, we should have 3G bands in the 850, 1900, and 2100. It also has assisted GPS, an accelerometer, and a digital compass. So this has been the hardware review of the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc, and if you like our videos, make sure you give us a thumbs up, and also leave some comments down below. If you missed the unboxing, you can check it out in one of the links right about here. And stay tuned for the software tour, where we go through all the Android 2.3 software and everything else that's included on the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc. Thanks for watching.